6 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Good morning to you, Kentuckiana. Thanks for joining us here on WHAS 11 and on WHAS 11 Plus. I'm Jim Stratton.
And I'm Grace McKenna. We're glad you're joining us because we do have some rain to tell you about. So you're going to want to pack the ponchos and your patience here this morning. Julie Martin is with us with a look at the forecast. Julie, with showers, as we know, happen in the springtime. It's to be expected.
Yeah, we're stuck in this soggy pattern this week, unfortunately, and today will be another day where we're going to see those scattered showers and thunderstorms developing later on this afternoon in through this evening. We will get a break, though, by about midweek, so it won't be a total washout all week long. Taking out now to our live radar, noticing moisture all around us, but nothing just yet here in the metro area. Just a lot of cloud cover out there, and those clouds will continue to build throughout the morning. I think by lunchtime, then we'll start to see some of these storms really start to pop. 66 degrees right now for us here in Louisville, 60 in Shepherdsville, 62 in Bedford. Temperature-wise, we should be warming things up into the high 70s today, so a couple of degrees above average here in the metro. Most of us will be in Kentucky and in at least the mid-70s, though, so a decent day temperature-wise. But we do have that 60% chance of those showers and storms, maybe even some lightning developing along with those storms this afternoon and some heavy downpours. Tomorrow, a 40% chance of some rain coming in our area, and then we'll dry things out on Thursday with the rain chances returning on Friday in through Saturday. Looking at a big warm up as well. I'll track that for you coming up in my full forecast in just a moment. Grace and Jim.
All right, Julie, thank you. Today, the jury trial for celebrity chef Darnell super chef Ferguson is expected to begin. The former Louisville restaurant owner was arrested in February of 2024 after an alleged assault on his wife. Ferguson is facing several charges, including burglary, strangulation, and terroristic threatening. He's pleaded not guilty, and his wife previously accused police of twisting her words and said her husband has never made her feel unsafe. The trial is set to start at 10 o'clock this morning.
This morning, some South Louisville leaders are accusing JCPS of leaving them out of the superintendent selection process.
They're now asking the district to create an opportunity to meet the candidates in one of their neighborhoods. WHAS 11's Alex Dieterer heard that request.
We are on this letter together, and we're going to stick together as a Southwest coalition because we have been disenfranchised so long.
A Southwest coalition. 6 Louisville Metro Council members signing their names at the bottom of a letter asking the JCPS board to add another meeting for the 2 final JCPS superintendent candidates, but in their part of town.
One of the reasons why I got in office was to bring focus to the South End.
District 13 Council Member Republican Dan Syme Jr.
We've had a lot of members in our caucus that have had a lot of conversations and sent emails back and forth. Some get responded to, some don't.
And District 25 Council Member Republican Khalil Batshon, all demanding South Louisville have a seat at the table.
Well, we've got 150,000 residents in this area. Several schools. We've got the elementary in back of us. I got a high school in the district, another elementary. We have concerns about where our kids are going to go and the direction of JCPS, and we should have a voice.
Right now, the JCPS board has 2 public forums planned, a time for the city to meet their superintendent candidates, one off Newburgh Road and the other east of Anchorage.
Not everybody can make it to Newburgh Road at 4 o'clock in the middle of an afternoon on a weekday. We work, we have jobs, we have kids we have to pick up from school at 4:30 in the carpool line because our buses can't get to where they need to be in the right time.
They're naming PRP High School, Farnsley Middle, Conway Middle, or the Southwest Government Center as possible venues, all in South Louisville. Alex Dieterer, WHAS 11 on your side.
We've reached out to JCPS for comment on the request, and as of this morning, we haven't heard back. Following next week's forums, the district aims to extend an offer to a candidate sometime this month, with their start date set for July the 1st.
6:04 right now. Brandenburg police are investigating after human remains were found behind a home. Police say they were called out to a house on Old State Road on Saturday afternoon after a family member found skeletal remains in a field. And we're told that officers collected the remains and sent them off to the Kentucky Medical Examiner's office. Brandenburg police say that they do have a missing persons case open, but cannot confirm the identity of the remains until they've been processed.
And new details after a woman's body was found on I-64 East in Shelby County. The Shelby County Coroner's Office now says 24-year-old Brianna Perry of Lexington was a passenger and exited the vehicle while it was moving. Perry's body was found about a mile from the Simpsonville exit on I-64 last Friday night. Investigators are now working to figure out why she left the car and determine exactly how she died.
6 months after the deadly Jividon plant explosion in Clifton, the city now says it's getting closer to demolition. Mayor Craig Greenberg's office says the Chemical Safety Board has released the site back to Jividon, and crews have already removed some of those chemical tanks from on the site. Still, nearby residents are reeling from the impacts of that explosion, with the rebuild moving very slowly. WHAS11's Alexandra Goldberg spoke to a family about the ongoing impacts.
Monday marks 6 months since the Jividon explosion, and while crews are very clearly active here at the plant on Payne Street, families across Clifton just want what was broken to get fixed.
I thought downtown had been bombed and that we needed to get our daughter from daycare and leave.
I asked Clifton residents Hannah and Dan Nitskin how often they think about the Jividon explosion, now 6 months out.
Every single day.
Yeah, there are like visible scars.
On November 12, failure of a cooking vessel inside of the factory shook the city and took the lives of 2 employees. Now the office of Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg has confirmed the Federal Chemical Safety Board has released the site back to Jividon, inching closer to a total demolition.
We're thrilled to see the eyesore of the neighborhood move away.
Neighbors that caused this on Waverly Court. They were displaced for 2 weeks and now back at home are still paying for it.
We learned really quickly that this is a marathon, not a sprint, especially with all the flooding that happened in the city. These contractors that the insurance companies hire are really busy with lots of claims throughout the city.
It's a waiting game for the Nitskins, but 6 months later, they want to fix what was shattered. In the Clifton neighborhood, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side.
The city says selection of a contractor to demo the site has begun, with Jividon aiming to begin that demolition process early this summer. Now, as for the neighbors, we've posted the site to find resources and ask questions in the link story on WHAS11.com.
New this morning, a pizza restaurant in Valley Station is asking for your help identifying the accused thieves seen in this video posted to social media. Take a look. This was recorded early yesterday morning at Hideout Pizzeria on Barrett Lane. While the suspects didn't take much cash, the restaurant says they cost them more than $1,500 in damages. If you know anything, you can call the LMPD anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD.
And later this morning, during Mayor Greenberg's weekly briefing, his office is set to discuss the $1.26 billion budget, specifically investments in Metro Police and other emergency services. We already know that this would include increases in staffing and a potential emergency drone program. Greenberg is also set to honor 3 PRP high school students who recently helped save a man from the Ohio River. The mayor is set to speak this morning around 10 o'clock.